Wayde van Niekerk has just made a game-changing move, and the track and field world is buzzing. The South African sprinting legend, the fastest man to ever run the 400 meters, has officially returned home after 4 years of training thousands of miles away in the United States. This is the same man who shocked the world in 2016, shattering Michael Johnson's long-standing 400-meter world record with an unbelievable 43.03-second run at the Rio Olympics, all from the dreaded lane 8. A performance so legendary that it redefined what was possible in the one-lap sprint. But as dominant as he once was, the years that followed have been anything but smooth. A devastating knee injury in 2017 sent his career into a tailspin. What was supposed to be a continued reign at the top turned into a struggle just to get back on the track. Glimpses of his former brilliance surfaced here and there, but he never fully reclaimed the invincible form that once made him untouchable. For years, fans wondered, could Wayde ever return to his peak? Would we ever see him break the 44-second barrier like he used to? Now, in a surprising twist, he's decided to reset everything and return to the place where it all began, South Africa. But why now? What does this move mean for his future? Is this the comeback story fans have been waiting for? Wayde van Niekerk's journey has been nothing short of extraordinary. Coming from Bloemfontein, a city known more for rugby than world-class sprinters, he defied the odds and became a track icon. Under the guidance of his longtime coach, Tanny Ans Botha, a no-nonsense but deeply committed mentor, Wayde transformed from a promising young athlete into a global star. His dominance wasn't just limited to the 400 meters. He became the first sprinter in history to break 10 seconds in the 100 meters, 20 seconds in the 200 meters, and 44 seconds in the 400 meters. A testament to his freakish blend of speed and endurance. By the time he claimed back-to-back world titles in 2015 and 2017, the future seemed limitless. Some even speculated that he could one day break the unthinkable 43-second barrier in the 400 meters. But then disaster struck. In late 2017, at a celebrity rugby match in Cape Town, Wayde tore his ACL and lateral meniscus, a career-threatening injury that sidelined him for nearly 2 years. For an athlete whose success depended on explosive power and fluid mechanics, this was devastating. The comeback wasn't just about physical rehab, it was a mental battle. The confidence that had once made him unstoppable was shaken. His trademark finishing kick, the one that left competitors in the dust, wasn't the same. By 2021, after years of struggling to regain top form, he made a bold decision. He left Botha and relocated to the US to train under Lance Brauman. The move to Claremont, Florida placed him in an elite training group alongside world-class sprinters like Olympic 100-meter champion Noah Lyles. It was supposed to be the reset he needed. Surrounded by high-level competition, the expectation was that he would rebuild himself into the force he once was. And there were flashes of hope. At the postponed 2021 Tokyo Olympics, he made it back to the big stage, but he failed to reach the 400-meter final, a painful reminder that the road back to the top was still long. The following year, at the 2022 World Championships in Eugene, Oregon, he showed promise by making his first global final since 2017, finishing 5th with a 44.97-second run. It wasn't the result he wanted, but it was progress. In 2023, he took another step forward, reaching the 400-meter final at the World Championships in Budapest. However, a 7th place finish left more questions than answers. His speed was coming back, but the inconsistencies remained. By the time the Paris 2024 Olympics rolled around, Wayde made a surprising decision. He opted out of the 400 meters altogether, instead choosing to compete in the 200 meters. The gamble didn't pay off. Competing in the 200 meters at the Paris 2024 Olympics, Wayde van Niekerk failed to advance past the semifinals. For someone who once dominated the 400 meters like no other, this was another tough pill to swallow. It wasn't just about missing the podium, it was about realizing that something had to change. By early 2025, Wayde made a decision that took many by surprise. He was ending his stint with Lance Brauman and returning to South Africa. After years of training in the US, working alongside some of the world's fastest sprinters, he was coming back to his roots. But this wasn't just about running on familiar tracks or training under the African sun. This was about reclaiming his identity as an athlete. Instead of seeking out another elite international coach, Wayde turned to someone much closer, his stepfather, Steven Schwartz. The move raised eyebrows. Could Schwartz, who lacked the prestige of a world-renowned sprint coach, really help Wayde rediscover his dominance? But for Wayde, this decision wasn't just about technique or race strategy. It was about rediscovering the mindset that once made him unbeatable. His agent, Pete Van Zyl, was quick to reassure fans that this was the right call. Wayde is officially back in South Africa. Steven is overseeing his training, and all the injuries and setbacks are now behind him, Van Zyl stated. For Wayde, this return home was about more than just track and field. It was personal. His wife, Chesney, was expecting their second child, and after years of being away, the pull of family life became too strong to ignore. Becoming a father had already changed him back in 2021, but now, with another child on the way, it was clear. He wanted to be surrounded by the people who mattered most. But make no mistake, this move isn't about settling down. If anything, it's the opposite. Training in Bloemfontein means going back to the foundation that built him into a world champion. There, he isn't just another athlete in a high-performance group. He is the athlete, the one South Africa still believes in. And let's be real, South African fans have never stopped believing. From the moment he broke Michael Johnson's record in 2016, he became a national hero. Even through the injuries, the setbacks, and the doubts, they've waited, hoping that one day their golden boy would rise again. Now, with this return, that hope is stronger than ever. The big question, though, is whether this move will truly help him regain his former speed. The competition is fiercer than ever. New 400-meter stars like Stephen Gardiner and Michael Norman have taken over the event. They're younger, sharper, and unburdened by the injuries that have plagued Wayde in recent years. If he's going to reclaim his place among them, he'll need more than just nostalgia. He'll need to be faster than he's been in years. Physically, the signs are promising. His team insists that he's fully healthy, that all the niggles and lingering issues from past injuries are gone. Mentally, he seems rejuvenated, finally training in an environment where he doesn't feel like he has to prove himself against younger sprinters day in and day out. But track and field isn't just about feeling good, it's about results. His focus will remain on the 400 meters, though his versatility across distances is still an asset. The question is, can he match the insane times he once ran? He no longer has the element of surprise. Back in 2016, no one expected a guy in lane 8 to rewrite history. Now everyone knows his name, his capabilities, and his weaknesses. If he wants to win again, he'll have to find a way to outwork and outsmart his competition. He also knows that the world is watching. The return of an athlete of his caliber isn't just a personal journey, it's a statement. Every race he runs from now on will be scrutinized, every result compared to his former glory. The expectations won't just come from fans, they'll come from himself. Wayde has been in this position before. He's faced doubters, injuries, and setbacks, and every time he's found a way to push through. But this time, the stakes are different. The window for sprinters at the elite level is small, and he knows that every decision he makes now will determine how the rest of his career unfolds. And then there's the emotional side of his comeback, running in South Africa, training on the same tracks where his journey began, surrounded by the people who believed in him first. It's a different kind of motivation. It's one thing to chase success on the global stage, but it's another to do it with the weight of an entire nation behind you. As he prepares for the next phase of his career, one thing is certain: Wayde van Niekerk isn't done yet. He has more to prove, more to fight for, and more history to write. Whether he can return to his record-breaking form remains to be seen, but one thing's for sure: he's not backing down.